Number 1. Chen Sweet Buns. Don't worry, I'm gonna teach you how to install those later in the video. Chen Sweet Buns is a completely wholesome, casual PICO-8 game. It's like Tetris, except you can play a full game in like 5 minutes. And for me, that's just perfect. This is what I was hoping mobile gaming was going for, and it didn't, but I'm happy PICO-8 did. Here, you're greeted with a tutorial telling you the basics. Essentially, you gotta find the pastries that the cards below are telling you to find. You can press the A button to change the direction of the selection you're making, vertical or horizontal. However, as soon as you select the correct number and type of pastries that the cards tell you to, they're gonna pop out and be replaced with the ones above it. In other words, if you just keep selecting everything until something pops, you can actually get stuck and lose the match. This is why you have superpowers. Matching 4 pastries of the same kind, like the full row in Tetris, pops all of them and give you a star. With stars, you can activate superpowers. With those, you can either remove a certain pastry from the grid, or make one of your cards only ask you to select 1 pastry instead of 2 or 3 of the same kind. You can even reshuffle all your cards to help you get out of a situation that you think might get you stuck. What's interesting in this game, for me, is that it's based on super quick matches, and those are the ones that captivate me the most. Even on Xbox, the game I played the most by far in 2023 was Naruto Ninja Storm 4, and I barely played the story mode. All I wanted was to sit on my bed and play a quick fight in the most hard settings. And this is what this game is, and spoiler alert, almost all PICO-8 games are like that, and that's just what I like the most about them. Number 2, Swordfish. This is extremely simple. You can move in 4 directions plus diagonals, and the only thing you can do is charge a dash. That's what either A or B button does. You just stop moving and charge a dash. If you touch an enemy, that could be a fish or a water mine or, well, there are lots of variations of fish, you lose 1 HP. If you make it to the next level, you reset your life to full. This is awesome for gaming while talking on a call, and I do that a lot. Like when you're in a Discord call or just having a casual conversation online and you want to play something while doing that, this is good. However, I think that the replay factor is not that huge, and that's kind of sad because this game is so well polished. A really good speedrunner that knows all the glitches and shortcuts and is really trying hard can beat this game in like 4 minutes. If only there was something like a skin shop or customizations or something like that, you'd have a reason to play it again and again. Like Chen Sweet Buns is pretty much like that. Every time you beat a match, you get a coin. 2, if your performance is good, then you can buy different superpowers. What makes the matches fun again? You know, you're always after something new to play with. Then even if you're not addicted to the game or anything, you still want to play and don't even know why. On the other hand, the levels are pretty cool. Some enemies can't be beaten with an ordinary dash, so you're always thinking a little bit when playing. Also, the momentum your Swordfish accumulates also influences on how you bounce on the walls when charging your dash. This sounds like a cool detail, but I consider it to actually be core mechanics. What I found out is that in most levels, you don't really need to kill all enemies. Just try to make your way without getting hit. Except for those quote-unquote boss battles, those stages between levels where you necessarily need to kill everyone, good movement is gonna be good enough. I like it and I think it's pretty dynamic. Alright, let's say that I don't have the ROM file to game number 3. How do I put that inside my Miyoo Mini Plus? That's pretty easy. Just Google the name of the game you want and add Lexaluffle at the end. You can try the game in the browser itself before actually downloading it, which is pretty cool. To download it, right-click the cartridge image and click on download link. Now you rename it to the correct game name, then save the PNG file. You got it right? The cartridge is literally a PNG file. That's how the game is coded. Cool, right? Now just plug your MiuMini's SD card in your PC and drag your PNGs, your ROMs, to the ROMs folder. Then Pico, and that's it. Just remembering, you're actually emulating PICO-8 in your Miyoo Mini with an emulator called Fake8. This is not actual PICO-8 software. As far as I know, you can use the true software by buying the license for Linux in their website, but that's gonna cost you $15. You know, I just bought another handheld to make more videos, so I can't really spend that money right now. What you lose by doing emulation is 1, not having the Explore feature, where you can browse through a huge PICO-8 library with Wi-Fi and just play what you want instantly, not having to download the ROMs to your PC, then transferring them to your SD card, and 2, emulation is always going to be emulation. There are going to be audio pops here and there, and some visual glitches might occur. For now, I'm gonna stick with emulating, which is free. Number 3. Breakout Hero is not an easy game. This is a remake of the original Breakout game for the Atari. Kind of. But I wouldn't award it with the same casual game trophy I did with the last two ones. I'm gonna talk about that. Breakout Hero is fun, and I love the soundtrack and sound effects. Those are awesome. For real, those are part of the experience. You know the drill. Here you have a ball that breaks bricks and a platform you use to make the ball bounce. If you miss the ball, you lose a point. However, if you hit the ball with, let's say, the left end of your platform, you're not gonna change the direction of the ball unless you do it perfectly in the last pixel. The most usual way to influence the direction of the ball is to hit it while moving the platform. And that, my friends, make this a challenge because the platform moves pretty fast. As you would expect, we have some superpowers here. Some are pretty boring, like the slow motion or the extra life one. However, some are awesome, like the one that makes your platform able to collect the ball and then unleash it when you press the action button. And the one that's like the Super Mario Star, where the ball doesn't bounce back from the bricks, so it just flies straight and destroys everything in its path. Well, that's the reason why we're playing PICO-8 instead of NES, right? Modern particles and screen shake. Just kidding. I wouldn't recommend Breakout Hero for those who just want to play casual in the bus or whatever, but for those who want a challenge, this game is pretty solid and pretty cool. Number 4. Celeste Classic is a must-play in PICO-8. It was the first version to be released, what led to the full Celeste game in 2018. There's a room in the full Steam game where you can play the PICO-8 prototype version, which is this one. As most PICO-8 games, you're not having a storyline, lines of dialogue, and all the deeper meanings behind Celeste, but all the basic mechanics are here. You're this girl, you can move around and jump, and then use a little dash that makes your hair blue, what indicates that you can't use your dash once again. Your objective is to go as high as you can, with a limit of 3,000 meters, which is the top of the mountain you're climbing. This game was made in 4 days, and it quickly became one of the most played PICO-8 games. Most people claim it's not a hard game, and I don't think it is as well. But if you're a casual player like me, you're just gonna learn a bit with each death you get. These strawberries in each level doesn't actually get you anything, so collecting all of those is completely optional. I know most of you probably already know this one, but some people are just getting into PICO-8 games because of the MiuMini, like me, and this is a must play. Number 5. Birds with Guns. Pretty self-explanatory. This is what I think to be the most intense of the 5 games. In the main menu, you're gonna select what bird you're gonna play with. Each of them starts off with 2 different guns. My favorite one is the Eagle because it has this boxing glove and it doesn't cost ammo at all. The enemies are gonna shoot you as soon as you become shootable for them. That's why you need to use the corners and have quick reflexes if you don't want to get hit. See, this is one of the games I have played the most lately, and I've played the browser version, and that one is even freaking better because of the mouse control possibility. What, don't get me wrong, is still precise when playing with the MiuMini's D-pad, which thankfully is really great. During the levels, you can switch between 2 guns, and from time to time you'll be offered to switch one of them for another one if you prefer so. I like this game especially for its constant mayhem gameplay. Adding the save state and load state features of RetroArch, it becomes even more simple to pull your Miyoo Mini Plus from your pocket and play how much you want, not really caring for levels or other forms of measurement. This is my top 5 PICO-8 games for the Miyoo Mini. Thank you guys for watching, subscribe.